Alright, in this video, these set of videos, we're going to talk about translations. If you remember, we've talked about translations in the past, and we use translations to move parabolas up, down, left, and right. We did talk about dilation, but we're not going to talk about that here. So if you remember, this is going back to when we talked about parabolas, the ones that are in the U shape. If you remember, we talked about those U, just like that. That's a parabola. If you remember that this moved it left and right, and it was always opposite. This moved up or down, and this affected if it was skinny or wide. But we're only going to focus on these two kind of concepts today. So if you remember this, I'm just going to refresh your memory. This meant it was up 6. This meant if it was right 2. If it was inside the parentheses, it's opposite. This tells me it's left 3. And this is down 4. That's kind of what we're talking about today. With everything we're talking about, we're always referencing this. This is called our parent function. Parent just means this is where it starts, and everything we say, if I say down 3 or up 2, right 3, it's always based off this is my starting point. Starting. And there we go. We're going to work on some examples now. Alright, so the problem is going to ask you, describe the translation of this one. So what I would recommend first is finding the center. We know how to do that. The center in this one's easy. It's -3, -1. So then what I would do is I would take that center and describe it. If I were to start at 0, 0, how would I graph this? So how would you graph this? Well, this tells me to move 3 to the left and down 1. So write that down. Left 3, down 1. And that's it. That's your answer. Simple as that. That's all I want you to do right now. Okay, write a new equation from the equation below that is translated 4 units down and 3 units to the left. So you can see here that the center here is 0, 0. So what I want you to do, based on these two directions, I want you to write a point. Okay, if I go 4 units down, let's talk about the second number. That means -4. 3 units to the left, that's this first number, that means -3. So all we're trying to do is locate the point. So if I look here, it says 4 units down, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 units to the left. 1, 2, 3. That's this number here, which is -3. Well, it should be -3, -4. So that's my first point. So that means x plus 3 squared plus y plus 4. And the number we use at the end is just the same one. That A1 won't change. And there we go. Alright, same kind of problem. So write an equation when it's translated 6 units up. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 2 units to the right. So right about here. So that means that point will be 2, 6. So all that means is we have to write an equation that has that center. So that's x minus 2 plus y minus 6 squared, and it's still 1/16. That won't change. And there we go. That's all you got to do. As simple as that. Alright, so write a new equation that's translated 5 units down and 4 units to the right. So if I were to graph this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, that means my number would be 4, -5. So it's still equal to 100. So now we're going to do x minus 4, 20 squared, plus y plus 5 squared, and it's still equal to 100. And there we go. Alright, so this one gets a little complicated because now we are talking about it not centered at the origin. So right now I want you to find the new center. The new center is just simply 3, 2. My new center, that's old center. My new center will have to be, I have to go 2, up 2, and left 1. Okay, so let's look at this. So one way to do this, I would go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So my point should be roughly right there. My new one's going to be left 1, so it's going to be right here. And I'm going to go up 2, so it'll be 1, 2. So right about here. So this is my new point. So if I go 1, 2, it'll be 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. That's my new point. And also, that means my next one's going to be x minus 2. It's still equal to 25. Now, if you can look at this, if I go up 2, that means my numbers are getting more positive. Yeah, that's the second number, sorry. Up 2 is this number here. So if I already went up 2, I got to go 2 more up, so that's why it turns into 4. If I got to go left 1, that's going more towards the axis, so that means it goes down to 2. So it's all about moving the numbers around. Oops. Alright, this one. Write an equation from this, so same thing. Here's my old center. I'm going to do it a different way this time. It'll be negative 2 comma 5. This one tells me to move down 5. So this one's down 3, sorry. And 16 is right. That's right 6. Okay. So if I'm at 5 and it says down 3, that means I'm going to have to subtract 3. So that gives me 2. Now if I'm at negative 2, that means I'm already, when I did negative 2, negative 2 tells me to move left 2. Now I'm telling to move right 6. That means I'm going to have to move total right space, 6 spaces. So if I'm at negative 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I'm here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. My new number is 4. And this is my new center. So my new equation is going to be x minus 4 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 25. And there we go. Alright, so write an equation. So let's look at our old center. My center originally is 0, negative 4. My new center means 4 up and 3 units to the left. You got to know that the second number means up and down, the first number means left and right. So if I use 3 units to the left, that's negative 3. If I said negative 4 and I went up 4, that's back to 0. So that means my new point is x plus 3, or my new center is negative 3, 0. So it's x plus 3, and then we're just going to put a y squared. And there we go. Alright, so this one just simply says describe the transformation from the parent function. So the first thing I would do is find the center. And tell me what it tells you to do. If I'm at the origin, what's it going to tell me to do? The 0 tells me not left, right. So I want to write anything about left, right. And the negative 16 just tells me I'm going to move down 16. That's all you got to do. That's it. Once again, all you got to do is find the center. My center is negative 1, 7. So that means I'm going to move left 1. Oops, not down. It's going to be up because it's positive. Up 7. And there you go. That's all you got to do. So with this one, just make sure to write down your center. It's 13, negative 16. So that tells me to move right 13 and down 16. And that's my answer. Alright, so in this problem, once again, find the center. Negative 2, negative 9. This one tells me to the left 2 and down 9. And there we go.